I'm George Henry, principal at the Alphansus High School, a sports enthusiast, a GC Foster trained graduate who not only loves football but loves sports in general. Hence the reason why I am not surprised that I currently serve on the executive of the Inter-Secondary School Sports Association. Well, as it relates to the upcoming football season, we have had a very good preparatory season so far. We have played a number of matches, we have scored a number of goals, we have seen some very good talents on the field, and I'm very optimistic that this year our boys will be advancing to the second round. I am also optimistic that they will go very far, further than they went last year. And so with the talent that we have and with the coaching staff that we have, despite the fact that we don't have a lot of resources, we are not awash with cash like some other schools, we have been trying our best, and I'm sure that the efforts of our boys will pay off in the long run. My only disappointment this season so far is that due to the passing of Hurricane Beryl, we were not able to put in a lot of work that we would have hoped to, put in with the boys. We were maybe down 2 days per week out of the 6 days that they train, but I'm very hopeful and I'm optimistic that they will do well during this season.
My name is Winston McFarlane. I'm manager for the Alphansus High School football team, and we are very much in the 2024-25 ISSA schoolboy football competition. We are not just entering this competition as an entry, we are here to compete to the best of our abilities.
Let me ask you though, as the manager, what are your main role and responsibility towards this program?
My role and responsibility of the program is as a mentorship / management position, in which I am here to guide the students, athlete, towards achieving their goal, to see to that their nutrition, their health, and their everyday activities are taken care of. I also oversee the management of to make sure they have the equipment to work with, and also the necessary health condition are taken care of.
And sir, let me ask you though, how do you fancy the chances of the team this year in this I would say competitive Zone G?
Well, this group here, that the zone is really a group of death. The group is always tight and it's always very competitive group. We plan this year, and it's our aim and our objective to do very well in the group this year. We intend to leave this group as it stands now, regardless of what the situation. Our coaches are very determined, and the boys are ready for this, and we are very determined to leave the zone this year.
Any player to look out for this year?
Well, yes, we have some outstanding players. We have some. The team overall is a very young team. Most of the boys are coming from the under 16 program. Most of our boys are through our school system. We develop our players through our system.
Thank you so much, sir, and all the best to you and the Alphansus TV.
Yes, man. Thank you very much, and thanks for being in us.
So we have noticed that you have changed the coaching staff. Could you just say a little bit on that, sir?
Well, who we have now is a mix of youthfulness and experience. We have with us Mr. Tafari Burton, who is a former coach at Edwin Allen High School. I think under his guidance, Edwin Allen won the Ben Francis Cup. In truth and in fact, Mr. Burton should have been with the Alphansus High School before he went to Edwin Allen. He had an interest in our football program a few years ago, and unfortunately he had to go to Edwin Allen because of things that I don't need to mention at this time. But the fact of the matter is that we now have him, and with his experience and his exposure under the guidance that he provides, I'm sure that our boys are going to make themselves, the school and their family proud. We have an assistant coach, a recent graduate of the GC Foster College, Mr. Burrell. He has some amount of experience, and I'm sure that working with Mr. Burton, he too will gather a lot of experience to help our program going forward. I must also mention that with the arrival of Mr. Burton at the Alphansus Davis High School, we also have a nursery program as far as football as is concerned. We have some youngsters who are a part of an academy that we have here under Mr. Burton's guidance and leadership, and I'm sure that we will have players coming out of the nursery to represent the school and to go far and do well.
My name is Orlando Higgins and I am the captain of the Alphansus Davis High School football team. My position on the team is attacking mid and my number is number 6.
As a captain, how do you motivate the guys after training and to prepare themselves for a match?
Sometimes when they are feeling a little bit down, I go to them and say, come on man, you have to play this match. And we also have a band in the team that say one for all and all for one. So everything we do, we always do it as a team.
This is Giovanni Borrell and I am the assistant coach for the Alphansus Davis High School football program. My role is just mainly to assist Coach Burton, Tafari Burton, as some of you might know him. He was the coach at Edinallen High School last year. Now we are happy to have him at Alphansus Davis High School as our head coach for the football program. And it's really just to assist Coach Burton at each level from under 14 going straight up to the U19, which we are now anticipating the commencement of the Dakasta Cup season.
So last year you were not a part of the program, so how is it? How is the experience for you now being inserted into the program this year?
Well, it's really a good experience for me. Very optimistic about the program that we have here at Alphansus Davis High School. This is really my second stint being around football. My first stint was at Osemati Technical, where I worked with Patrick Lewis, who is still the head coach there. I spent a year out doing my coaching license at the JFF level, so I think I'm fully poised and equipped to help Mr. Burton and to bolster the program in every way here at Alphansus Davis High School.
How about the fitness level of the guys?
Well, the fitness level right now is not really the best, but it is still at a satisfaction right now. We hope that the players can go out there and expel some good level of physical conditioning, especially in our first game. And the aim, of course, is for them to get better in their fitness as the season progresses.
All right, coach. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so the final question. Could you speak a bit on transportation and nutrition for the boys?
As you would know, it takes a lot of cash to provide the necessary nutrition for the players. We are not awash with cash. We welcome anyone who wants to assist, because it is not easy to feed a squad of 20 odd going 30 boys, and you know teenagers, they eat a lot, they consume a lot, and so we have to be cutting and carving here and there to find, the necessary financial resources to feed them. I am not going to say that we are doing 100% as it relates to nutritional requirement, but what we can afford, I think, is reasonable to assist, but we need a lot of help. And we're calling on the players' parents, and we're calling on Corporate Jamaica to invest in our program, invest in the boys, because I'm sure that they are going to be making everybody proud. As it relates to transportation, our bus was down for a few months. We spent a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars to get it back up and running. It is now being used to transport the boys, and I'm hopeful that it will stay up for the entire season. But if there are persons out there with transportation who can assist us, we will welcome. We know we have some past students out there who are taxi drivers. They help us from time to time, and so we are depending on everybody who has a transport that can assist to help us in one way or the other.
Okay, Mr. Henry, thank you very much, sir, and all the best here on the Alphansus Davis Dakasta Cup team moving forward.
Thank you, Mr. Journalist.
How do you fancy your chances with this team going forward?
I fancy it good enough, Mr. Sherlock, because we have a good team this season and we have a good coach. Yeah, and we learn how to play better than the other season.
Tafari Burton, head coach of Alphansus Davis High School.
How was the transition from Edwin Allen to Alphansus Davis being a coach? How was it for you?
Well, it wasn't a great challenge, you know. It wasn't a great challenge to make a transition. Coaches do it in Jamaica all the time. As a matter of fact, worldwide all the time. You know, we just know that, listen, it's going in a different environment, different culture, and bringing my philosophy to a new environment. So, you know, we know that things takes time. So, you know, let's take it from there.
And I also know that you're a very experienced coach, because you'd have won the Ben Francis Cup with Edwin Allen. So, what are your philosophy and what you brought to the table at Alphansus Davis High School?
Well, first and foremost, possession means everything. You know, and as I said, things takes time. You know, so a big part of my philosophy is possession, my playing philosophy, right? You know, it's just for these boys to just visualize whatever has been taught, and they have been doing it, you know, throughout the summer coming down, you know, but not the way we want it 100%, but, you know, we know that, you know, gradually they'll get it.
So as you made mention of the squad, how many squad members do you have so far?
Well, right now we have like 25 players in the squad.
And how is it, you know, that nutrition is a very important ingredient for the guys in any sport? How is it here at Alphansus Davis?
And the nutrition wasn't bad enough. The support from the past students, I have to commend them. It was really good, you know. They came in and, you know, they helped out big time. You know, parents also play an integral role where that is concerned. And our principal, Mr. Henry, and our HOD, Mrs. Copeland, you know, they already knew about those type of things, you know, and, you know, the administration, they came through, man, and still doing what they're supposed to do. So it wasn't bad at all. I appreciate it from them, man.
So let me ask you this question, Coach. You know that Zone G is a very competitive zone. And how do you fancy your chances to advance to the next round in this tight Zone G? That they would run it as a group of death.
Group of death, that's what they call it? Okay, well, I mean, before I came to this school, I did some queries. You know, I did some queries on some of the teams and the games last season and the season before. I realized that, yes, you're right. You know, the games are challenging, you know, with the teams in this group. For me personally, I mentioned it earlier that you see, as long as these kids visualize what they're supposed to do, you know, it doesn't matter how competitive it becomes, they will accomplish their objective. Every game is going to be different, but we have to take it step by step, you know, to see how best we can accomplish our goals.
So is there any injury concern going into the competition?
There's always injury concerns, you know. You know, you're not gonna have a football team and don't have injury concerns, you know. And you know, for me, that is why the squad is not just 11. You know, you have an injury, it's a window open for a reserve to exploit his talent. You know, and the answer is yes. You know, there are injury concerns right now. We have players who we have our first game coming up, and we have players right now who would be in the starting level, but because of injury, they won't.
So let me answer this very important question, Coach. Is there any player that Jamaica need to look out for from this Alphansus High School squad?
Yes, man, of course. You know, to be honest with you, I've seen some improvement on some of the players, and I've seen ability before even the summer as well. You know, we have like a DeAndre Smith, you know, we have like a Christopher Young, you know, we have like a Devon Higgins, you know, these players, they have good ability, you know, and they right now are like the backbone of the team, you know. We have like, you know, Wars, you know, he's really improving, you know, throughout the summer, and that's a good thing. Or Shane Wars, you know, yeah, man.
Good afternoon. My name is QA and I play centre back for Alphansus Davis High School. In the future, I would like to become a professional baller.
So let me ask the coach. With this squad of talented footballers that you have here at Alphansus Davis High School, how do you fancy their chances going forward into this year's competition?
Well, I'll tell you this though. You know, one of the main things I've always wanted this team to do is create a winning habit, right? Because whatever objective you set, you need them to have a winning habit, so they can strive towards the objective that you have as a coaching staff and as a team. For this team, you know, it's not a team that is loaded with talent, but what I like about them is their great attitude and their willingness, right? And with that, I think this team can even reach the quarterfinals, and then who say what.
All right, coach. Thank you very much, sir, and all the best to you and the Alphansus Cup team.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the season, all the best again.
All right, respect.